the fundamental differences between the left and the right is clear to see. Take a step back and break through all of the minutiae and get to the basic fundamental beliefs of the left and the right. While the left wants the government to control the people through massive regulations, the right wants the people through individual freedoms to control and limit the government. The right wants the smallest government possible, and for that government to stay out of Americans' lives. The lives of all Americans. Democrats and the left want big government to basically regulate their lives and then to forcibly control the lives of all Americans that do not agree with them. Many on the left do not even understand this fundamental difference between the left and the right. Worse, the left here in America over the last few decades has put America on a trajectory to join the globalists in the EU and all around the world to form a one world government. This one world government would oversee and regulate the lives of all people, including Americans, and to do so with the use of force. This is the basic definition of fascism, what the left is supposed to be standing totally against. But what the higher-ups and the globalists on the left actually want to impose. Remember, fascism comes out of large governments, not small ones. The left wants globalism here in America. It is what they have succeeded in installing throughout Europe over the last 50 years. In Europe, they have a small group of unelected officials that make up the European Union's governing body. These people make up the laws and the regulations that the citizenry of all European countries have to follow, even if these countries' individual citizens overwhelmingly object to the policies that these globalists institute. We continuously see this now in Western European countries like Poland, Hungary, and Austria, like we just plainly saw in Italy. If you don't know, in Italy, the people of Italy voted for a national president, a nationalist person who wanted to institute policies to regain control of Italy and to keep Italy for Italians. The unelected officials in the European Union did not like this result, so they literally replaced this man with a globalist hack to negotiate Italy's position in the EU. Think about that. The Italian people voted in a nationalist who does not want mass immigration to ruin their country. And since the European Union wants massive immigration, they simply made up a new position, instituted a globalist hack who would not represent the Italian people's position, but argue for globalist positions when it comes to European Union negotiations. Worse, the European Union in the last year has started putting together a European army so they can force countries like Italy to institute the European Union policies over the policies of individual countries. This is the world government that the left here in America is striving to join. A fascist, unelected bureaucracy who will institute their socialist policies through force. Most Americans who support the left do not even know this fundamental truth about the left. Americans are literally out in the streets protesting for a government to have more control over their individual freedoms. What America was founded upon. What has inspired the American way and American innovation over the last 2.5 centuries? Which, by the way, has furthered mankind the world over. American innovation and invention has pushed mankind further forward than all of the European globalist countries combined. I would argue that American innovation and technological advancements in the last 2.5 centuries has furthered mankind than the rest of the entire world has over the last 1,500 years. America was unique in our founding, where the people owned and controlled the government, as opposed to every government in existence at the time, which basically the government owned the people. The government dictated what those people were allowed to do. Why would any American want to reverse the freedoms Americans fought and died for? Why would any American fight against the American spirit of innovation and entrepreneurship that has lifted mankind literally out of the dark ages technologically? Why would any American go out and chant that they want more government control? Americans on the left need to be woken up to this basic fact that the left here in America want to dismantle individual freedoms. They want to join a one world order that will institute their policies over the world and do it fascistly, using military force if need be. If you take a step back from the petty details and the minutia that the mainstream media throws out to confuse people every day, the fundamental difference between the left and the right is clear to see. The left wants the government to control the people. The right wants the people to control the government. How can any American faced with this basic choice choose the left's vision of the government controlling the people?